message.
One of my favorite wisdom teachers is Eckhart Tolle, and I want to take a couple moments to dive into his concept of the pain body, because it's one of the most powerful ideas that he presents in his work, and once we understand it, it can completely change the way that we relate to our own emotions. So, what is the pain body? Well, Tolle describes it as an accumulation of old emotional pain that lives within each of us. It's like a shadow of unresolved hurt, anger, fear, or trauma from the past that we carry around. That pain comes from childhood experiences, heartbreaks, betrayals, any emotional wounds that have not been fully processed. And over time, those wounds combine to form what Tolle calls the pain body. But here's the tricky part. The pain body is not just a passive presence. It's not just sitting there quietly in the background. It has a way of becoming active, of feeding off of negative emotions. Sometimes it screams to be fed. When something triggers an emotional response, like someone criticizing us, a situation that frustrates us, or even just a bad day, that pain body can be activated. It can come to life, and suddenly we're not just reacting to the moment. We're reacting with the weight of all of that old unprocessed pain. And when that pain body is activated, it can take over our thoughts and behaviors. You might find yourself lashing out, feeling overwhelmed by sadness or anger, or even spiraling into negative self-talk. The pain body thrives on drama and conflict, and when it is active, it's like we become a different version of ourselves, one that is driven by past hurt, not by the reality of what is happening in the present moment. And this matters because if we're not aware of it, the pain body can run the show. It can influence our relationships, our decisions, and even how we see ourselves. Have you ever noticed how sometimes a small situation triggers a much bigger emotional reaction than what seems necessary? Well, that is often the pain body at work. But the good news is, once we are aware of it, we can begin to manage it. And the first step is to recognize when that pain body is active. It's about developing enough self-awareness to catch ourselves in those moments when our emotional reaction just feels out of proportion. When we notice that happening, we can pause, take a breath, just acknowledge that what we are feeling is not only about the present moment, it's also about something deeper, something from the past that is resurfacing. Tolle teaches that the key to managing the pain body is to observe it without identifying with it. Instead of getting lost in the emotions or letting them take control, we become the observer. We notice the anger, the sadness, the frustration, but we don't let it define us. We don't become the pain. And here's the powerful part. When we observe the pain body without feeding it, without adding more negative energy to it, it begins to lose its grip on us. And over time, the pain body becomes weaker. It no longer dictates our reactions or controls our experiences. We regain our ability to respond to life from a place of clarity and presence rather than from the wounds of the past. The pain body matters because it affects how we live, how we relate to other people, and how we experience the world. But by becoming aware of it and choosing to observe rather than identify with it, we can start to free ourselves from its influence. We can heal and we can live more fully in the present without being weighed down by the past.